Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, World of Tanks Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Chieftain Mark 6. This is a Tier 10 British Collector heavy tank. It's a vehicle which features fantastic damage per minute, great frontal protection, especially when using it hull down, and very solid mobility. When you pair all these things together, it actually creates one of the most capable heavies on the battlefield. The Chieftain is really just one of those tanks that hasn't really changed too much throughout the years, but has stayed absolutely fantastic. The only real notable changes that the vehicle has gotten is its APCR standard was swapped to AP, so that's kind of just a buff because now you have more shell normalization, and it received reactive armor as a consumable, and that is what we're going to be talking about today. Reactive armor. Is this consumable overpowered? What it does is it says, hey, you're going to get shot by a 183, and it's going to roll 1,000 damage. Well, this consumable takes 20% of the damage away. So if you got hit for 1,000, you would actually receive 800. That's quite nice. The more damage you receive, the more effective this consumable is. So if you have an autoloader, like a AMX-50B shooting at you, which would normally deal 1,540, it's probably only going to deal around 1,200 damage, 1,100 with the clip, and if it's shooting gold, it's going to be even less. And that is kind of crazy if you think about it. The problem is, it's not only extremely expensive, 8,400 credits. If you're running this and Adrenaline paired with a multi-use, you're literally going to be looking upwards of 20,000 credits. So that's kind of crazy alone there. But the other problem is it takes up a very, very important repair kit, unless you don't want to run Adrenaline, but then you're missing out on 20% of your DPM for a little bit of time. So yeah, there's a lot of give and take with this consumable, but I feel like if used in a proper situation, especially because you can use it more than once in a game, it can be absolutely game-changing, and just that one roll can possibly make you win the game. So that's why I do think that it might be an overpowered consumable. I honestly think reactive armor becomes incredibly dangerous when you pair it with Adrenaline, because you are taking away 20% of somebody's damage per minute, and you are giving yourself 20% more. Technically, you're just gaining 40% DPM over whoever you're shooting, which is massive when you think about it. So we're going to see if we can use that to our advantage in this battle. We already have a flat medium advantage, judging that we have 3 mediums and they only have 2, being a 121 and a 121B. We have a Sheridan, a TVP, and a 62A. And judging that I'm also going to be making my way over towards the medium route, technically we have 4 tanks over here, but it's all depending on how our teammates are. Our 62A makes a rather poor poke, and yeah, bled a bit of health. And then our TVP bled a bit of health, but thankfully the 121 got snapped by the Sheridan. Now, some fun facts about the Chieftain. It features the most camo for a Tier 10 heavy, which is quite nice. It means that if you're getting, shots or trying to make a crossing, you will have a much harder chance of getting detected. We are just going to go right in if I can. The 121B has put himself in an awful spot, it looks like. Oh, but there you go. 1,000 HP taken off of our tank from a 183 unspotted in the back of the map. There's nothing you can really do about that. What we are going to do is put on our reactive armor, and there you go. We do receive less damage. Even though that 121 has tungsten on, he only rolled us for less than 400. There you go. We get a nice bounce, light him on fire, and he's dead. That is the one downside of running double consumable, is that you're not able to, well, let's say, have a repair kit on all times. So we've done all right. We've been able to win the medium flank, which is absolutely massive. The 100's getting bonked quite a bit. We can actually see him crossing in the open. So we get a nice 500 damage shell right into his vehicle. Now we know that the 183 is all the way in the back, and I am quite cautious about that. The good news is we have an 8-second reload, which means by the time we get our shells, we're almost unspotted for the most part. We're going to wait for that E100 to turn his turret. However, our shell does not fly true. We can see the enemy 183 spotted in front of us, and in fact, he was looking right in our general direction. So I'm glad I was able to, that's really sad, but I'm glad I was able to predict that he was going to be looking at us, and we waited for our tank to get unspotted. Alright, well the E100 is kind of in a spot that it's very hard to hit him at. But we do get a nice roll. Well, not a nice roll, we penned. That was a really bad roll. A fun fact about the Chieftain is that it actually has a lot higher premium damage than the average 400 gun. it has, I think, 360, where normally it's 340. It's actually quite a big buff if you think about it. But we are not rolling 360 right now. We are getting some pretty bad rolls, to be completely real. We got the 100 showing me as lower plate. Oh, and we get hit by a grill, which is all the way in their spawn. Now, this is a good example of where your reactive armor is kind of pointless and doesn't help you at all. We are in the situation where we can't use our reactive effectively because we're getting shot at tanks or by tanks that are in positions we really just can't see. Wow, that was a really, really lucky shot. Honestly, that was huge. We got the Yag crossing the bridge here, and we're just going to try and slam it through. Nice! 400 damage shell into the Yag. The Chieftain gun is amazing, and there's really nothing that can say otherwise. Probably features one of the best guns in Tier 10. I mean, it's just the fact that you hit almost everything you shoot. You've got crazy good DPM. It's just such a good gun. I have quoted as saying many times on the channel, I personally believe the Chieftain Mark 6 gun is the best and most enjoyable gun. However, there have been a lot of changes to Tier 10. Also, do you see that the grill... Like, what? Do you see that? Look at the map. Do you see that the grill was, like, spotted there, but he's... What? That's really weird. That must have been a bug or something. It was, like, showing the grill as being spotted on the minimap, even though he... wasn't spotted. Also, I like how the grill says lucky, even though we activated our reactive, so he wouldn't have killed us anyway. Interesting. Oh, we got the type. Are we spotted? No. Okay, that's really good. We're going to roll around the corner then, aiming on the FE2 and 5B183. Because he fires, we know we out-reload him. However, that doesn't really matter, as he's dead anyway. We're just going to pull out here. Hopefully the Type 71 is sitting in this bush. We should be able to spot him if he is. However, it looks like he turned towards the grill. Alright, well, Grill's probably going to clear him. He does. Pretty solid game, though. Can't really get all too mad about anything. We got a win. We helped out our team. We went to medium side, made the push which we needed to, which allowed our team to get some easy clears. Really, the only reason I was even low health is because a 183 hit us in the crossing for 1,000 HP. Funny enough, we were just talking about a 183 rolling us for 1,000. So, that battle, I can't really say reactive helped us at all. And that's why... it doesn't really do as much as you'd think. Like, when you think about it on paper, it sounds crazy, but I don't know. I just feel like in a lot of situations, you're not effectively using the reactive because it's only going to work if you're YOLOing, and I'm never going to YOLO in a Chieftain. I think the best situation where this consumable can definitely make or break is, again, autoloaders. Because you'll see the autoloader trying to clip you. You know, if something gets behind you, you know, oh boy, this is going to hurt. So if you activate your reactive when you see that tank is about to clip you, that's when it can definitely help you a lot. Especially in a Chieftain that has Hesh, for example, the TVP, or even if it's an enemy AMX-50B, you can Hesh them. You might even beat them in the trade because of the fact that you have such good DPM. So we are going to be making our way towards the mid-hill. That is what you should always be doing on mines. If you're not going up mid-hill, you're playing this map wrong. Unfortunately, oh, maybe the VK is going to help us, but no, never mind. But the VK-72 should be making his way up the hill. It would give us a massive amount of help. We do have 3 tank destroyers behind, though, but as we can see, the enemy TVP has already been able to cross up there because nobody on our team wanted to stop him. Well, we get a nice shell into the ML2, and even though he does hit us back, it's not too big of an issue because all we need to do is make sure the enemy team can't play here. If they try to make any aggressive pokes, they're going to be massively nuked for it. So we're just going to sit and we are going to wait. We have the Foch, we have the VK, and we have the E50Ms, or not E50M, just an E50 spotted. Alright, well, let's see if we can get a shell into the E50 turret. There you go. Ooh, VK72 saying racist things. Classic. Classic World of Tanks experience there. We got the Foch showing me a side, and there you go. That is why you do not drive up Mines Hill when you think you're in the clear. Alright, we're going to reload here. We're aiming on the VK. Nice shot, 413 damage. Surprised none of our TDs had the shell on him, but not too big of an issue. Alright, let's move up a bit. Let's see, we got the side of the TVP. Nice 500 damage bonk into his tank. Up to 1,700 damage already. Judging that we've also given our team huge amounts of assistance. Oh, there you go. Another Hesh shell into the TVP there. Again, we're not really able to use our reactive armor at all as of right now. We're kind of just chilling, but we don't really need to use it. We're getting out good clears. We're helping our team a lot, and that's really all you need to do in a vehicle like the Chieftain. Alright, well, pretty good stuff so far. E50's dead. Not surprised. Like, even remotely, dude kind of just killed himself. We're going to put on our reactive, and even though we get hit by the VK, that's a good example of where this consumable definitely helps out. That player just really didn't do anything to us. We're going to aim it on his lower plate, get a nice 374. Grill's going to aim it on us, but there you go again. Grill massively low rolls, only doing 435. And even though the VK pokes us, we out-reload him and finish him off. So reactive helped there a lot, actually. I would definitely say that. Reactive was a huge help in that situation. Then we get behind the enemy IS-7, get the clear out, and get 2 easy wins. We did 4,120 damage dealt, and 2 very fun games. The Chieftain Mark 6, it doesn't matter what map you play on, it doesn't matter what situation you're in, it is always going to be an amazing tank. It has great camo values, which is amazing if you want to stay in a bush unspotted. It also has really, really good accuracy, DPM, it's got solid penetration, fantastic shell velocity, and my favorite part is the fact that the vehicle just has such a good turret. Yes, it's not to the level of a Super Conqueror hull down or an E5, but the gun on this tank is much more enjoyable in a lot of situations. The fact that you have Hesh makes it much more dangerous against lightly armored opponents, and the DPM is just amazing. So I would always say the Chieftain is an absolute go-to. If you want a really good tank that not only earns credits, I mean, how many credits did we earn these games? 109,000 at 93,000 there. If you want a tank that can earn credits, is always going to be good, and really just feels really fun to drive, this is definitely your choice to go to. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.